New at 6 o'clock, police officers are undergoing more rigorous training to combat the extra scrutiny that law enforcement has faced due to high-profile officer-involved shootings.
News 2's Riley Benson is joining us now in studio. And South Carolina law enforcement leaders say, Riley, while there have been some officers that have made bad decisions, the training is now setting the officers up to be seen in a different, new light.
Yeah, Brendan, Carolyn, we've seen the death of George Floyd nationally, then Jamal Sutherland here in the Lowcountry just years after the shooting of Walter Scott, sparking demands for change to the law enforcement training process.
Law enforcement.
Police, come out with your hands up!
Making sure these situations don't get out of hand.
Hey, please stop!
Violent crime in South Carolina up in 2021. Homicides saw a 25% increase alone.
Because those are extra lives lost that we do not like that happen. Could it be better? Always. Everything can be better.
With the increase in crime has come a decrease of overall trust in law enforcement. Director Jackie Swindler at the South Carolina Criminal Justice Academy says building trust starts with weeding out bad acts.
We hold the officers accountable in this state. There are a lot of states that do not do that, and we do here. We police the police here.
Building the trust has become a moving target. To get a better understanding, I joined a few of the training sessions.
We're talking about lines through here. We're talking about keeping the car nice and smooth.
Every officer in South Carolina completes their training at the Criminal Justice Academy. Those 4 weeks at home and an 8-week course of classroom work in practical situations at the Academy's 33-acre crisis village. At the Academy, officers go through firearms training, driving, practical situation simulations, and more before graduation.
They get to replicate a number of the calls or situations that they're going to face when they get out in the field.
Locally, the Charleston Police Department has one of the longest training programs, requiring 34 weeks of various training before certifying them.
We can spend 34 weeks in training, but you still may not ever have every single type of response or exposure to every type of call for service that you might encounter.
Statewide, South Carolina has more than 14,000 officers. Last year, there were 155 allegations of misconduct, and with tens of thousands of hours of training last year at the Academy, Swindler believes changing the narrative means continual training and change.
We're not going to do what we've always done and expect different results. We're going to be striving to stay pertinent and on the cutting edge and utilizing everything that we can.
Law enforcement officials hopeful the perspective of the badge will change with the times, keeping up with new approaches on training those sworn to protect and serve.
Stay on top of it, and we can always do better in a manner where we're giving back to our officers and ultimately giving back to our communities.
They can't do it alone. They need the community to be supportive and be on their side.
Now, the Charleston Police Department does continual leadership and regular 40-hour training weeks every 2 weeks for all officers within the Charleston Police Department. Live in studio, Riley Benson, Count on 2.